Hi, my name is Ken, and this is episode 41. Today, I wanted to talk to you about one of the biggest mistakes that a junior designer can make with interviewing stakeholders of a larger application or project. So, the aim of stakeholder interviews is really one, to generate stakeholder buy in. The second one is simply to discover. When a designer asks questions surrounding what they need to do their job, it ends up positioning them to be order takers rather than problem solvers or trusted partners or innovators. We should not be asking order taking questions, and it's often the biggest mistake that designers can make. So let me give you an example. Let's say you have a family with 3 kids and they span 10 years. So imagine you decide to hire an architect to design a custom home with a decent but still limited budget. Your wife has wants and needs, and she has preferences. And your children, they also have different varying wants and needs. They are changing as the years go by. And so, how would you feel if your architect was pressing you with questions like, do you want a colonial style or do you want a modern style? Do you want ryegrass or do you want bluegrass? Do you want synthetic quartz or would you like granite countertops? Do you want the game room to be upstairs or do you want the game room to be downstairs? So, if I was the customer, I'd want my architect to really understand the dynamics of my family, our values, our tastes. I'd want the architect to know how we live and and even I'd want him to have a feel for how we would like to live. So, in the same way, a web application can be very complex. For example, you may need to control your costs. There may be stakeholders with competing interests and priorities. There might be a tremendous amount of legacy requirements that need to be shed, but no one has offered a solution that could replace and maybe go beyond the features that they currently have. So, some questions that you really should not ask is, tell me what's wrong with the website, or what color would you prefer? Is there a look and feel that you're going for? What features are you looking for? Do you need a WYSIWYG editor? At least when kicking things off. So instead, you can ask questions like, just tell me about yourself. What are your goals for this application? You can follow up with, why is that important to you? Can you give me some examples of some outcomes that you'd like to see? What is your role or relationship to this application? Can you tell me about some important target users? What are their pain points that they have? Do you have any pain points while working on this project? How should we sequence stakeholder meetings going forward? In sum, the rationale is this: ask more what and why questions more than how questions. You see, by asking deeper but more open-ended questions, you leave the solutioning for later. Don't ask them to be designers or experts. Instead, let them be stakeholders. So your stakeholders have their wants and needs, and your users of the sites, they also have wants and needs. So make sure you find out the goals and outcomes that your stakeholders would like to achieve. Sometimes a customer gives ideas for a feature and it comes out in a meeting and they themselves aren't sure about it. And later it somehow becomes this premature obligation that you need to do that really nobody wanted. So, in conclusion, again, don't be an order taker. Become a strategic partner, a problem solver. Thanks for watching this video. This is episode 41. If you like this video, please like it. You could also subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. I'll see you on the next episode.